Coming up on Mountain News this morning, medical marijuana becomes legal January 1st, but some city councils are preventing employees from applying. And soon, Kentuckians will be required to take a vision test for driver's license renewal.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Madison Carmouche. We are inching up to that 5 o'clock mark this Tuesday morning, and today is December 10th. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Desmall for a look at your forecast this morning. I'm so excited it's not so cold outside, but it was a little foggy.
It was a little foggy. I mean, I had some trouble driving into work this morning, and you might too as you're heading on those roads. So you don't have to add extra time to warm up your car, but you do need to add some extra time just to make sure you're driving safely. So let's take a look at some of those areas that are seeing the densest fog. Harlan is one of these. Now, if you see areas that do say 10-mile visibility, that does not necessarily mean you won't still see some patches of fog depending on how you're traveling and where you are headed. So just keep that in mind for this morning. Now, those current temperatures are on the warm side. You won't be needing that winter coat this morning. 52 degrees in Jackson, 46 in Hazard, 51 in Middlesboro, and we're just going to continue to see those temperatures climb into the mid to upper 60s. Some places could see the upper 60s, and Hayden right now is looking to have a high at 70 degrees, so that's something to look out for today. Now, live pinpoint Doppler radar is showing that we do have those rain chances that are moving through the area this morning. That will continue to be the story throughout the day, and you can see that on your day planner for today. And I guess you'll be looking at the ARH 7-day forecast right there. But here is that day planner. Yes, definitely going to see those rain chances, and we'll be warming up throughout the day. Madison.
All right, Megan, thank you. In Whitley County, a man is facing charges following a child sexual abuse investigation. When KSP's electronic crime branch received a complaint about 47-year-old Pierce Hamblin recording minors at his home, they launched an investigation. Once they found Hamblin, they arrested him on Friday. Hamblin was taken to the Whitley County Detention Center. A London man was charged with assaulting an officer. Police responded to an incident at a rehab facility on School Campground Road. Workers at the facility reportedly asked Josh Harris to leave as he screamed profanities at staff. After Harris refused to leave and resisted arrest, Harris and a deputy fell through a porch while Harris was choking him. The deputy reportedly freed himself and was able to take Harris into custody. One person is dead after an ATV crash in Harlan County. Officials with the coroner's office were notified of the crash last Saturday afternoon, which occurred in the Blair community. When the deputy coroner responded to the scene, he pronounced a 75-year-old man who was later identified as Thomas Shepard dead. Officials with the coroner's office say he appeared to lose control of the ATV going uphill, causing it to roll on him. Two people are facing charges after a police chase in Whitley County. Williamsburg police received a call about a driver being intoxicated on Friday. After a failed attempt to pull over Philip and LaCostia Jackson, they reportedly led police on a 3-mile chase. Police later found a pistol in the car. The Mount Vernon Police Department arrested a man after a chase this weekend. They say Nathan Gadd drove away from a traffic stop at the intersection of 461 and Reverend Green Loop in Rockcastle County. They say Gadd eventually went off-road into a cow field and jumped out of the car. He then ran into the woods. Police say they found him and he struggled with them, but they were able to get him in handcuffs. Police found gabapentin in his car and syringes. Another Kentucky city may be putting the brakes on the use of medical cannabis by its city employees. The Richmond City Commission is expected to vote today to not allow city workers to use the drug. Hazard did the same recently. This is a new issue for local governments and businesses to deal with. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what Richmond city leaders are planning to do.
The use of medical cannabis may still be a few months off, but when it's on the shelf, it may be hands off for Richmond city workers.
I think medical cannabis for the right use is very important, and we just have concerns as city employees serving the public in the capacity where we're engaging with the public. operating equipment.
City Commission is expected to vote Tuesday to not accommodate or permit the use of cannabis by anyone working for the city.
A safe stance to take at this time. I think we'll readdress it, look at it 6 months to a year and see where we're at with it.
Richmond city leaders say they have done research on this both in Kentucky and across the country, and they say that cities and other municipalities are 50-50 on this issue, and they say it's likely their ordinance will likely need to be revised as time goes by. Matthew Bratcher with Kentucky Normal says Richmond's planned move is disappointing.
You know, off-the-job cannabis use is not positively associated with elevated rates of occupational accidents or injuries.
He says some companies are doing away with the standard drug tests and instead just checking for impairment.
That machine could tell whether or not you were over-caffeinated, had too little sleep. If you weren't on point, it would keep you from clocking in until you were able to pass those tests.
Richmond city leaders say if there is demand for cannabis cards and workers want to use them for the right reasons, they may readdress this issue. In Madison County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Dispensaries chosen in a lottery can make the cannabis available January 1st, but state leaders say it is not likely they will be ready to do so by then. A new vision test requirement for Kentucky drivers goes into effect in just a few weeks. It starts New Year's Day 2025. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says it helps to promote highway safety. Vision screenings can be completed at the site of your license renewal at no cost. Drivers also have the option of getting a vision exam from their vision specialist and bringing the approval form with them to license renewal.
I just think knowing now that you have to have a screening every 4 to 8 years to renew your license will just help people be more aware of their vision problems.
Drivers who do not pass the screening will be referred to a vision specialist for another exam. That exam has to happen before your license can be renewed. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, divide and conquer. That's the dilemma for household chores this app hopes to annihilate.
And rain and snow is in the forecast. I'll have more information coming up.